To talk about both of these developing situations and the ongoing war in Ukraine, Paul Rieckhoff, national security and political analyst, also the host of the Independent Americans with Paul Rieckhoff. Great to have you on, as always. Let's start with the drone over the Black Sea and the Russian fighter jet essentially causing it to crash into the ocean. Is this anything other than a provocative move? I mean, you heard U.S. authorities there saying it was reckless, it was unprofessional. It's dangerous.
You know, Marnie, I think it's a reflection of how high the stakes are and how interwoven not just the U.S. and Russia are, but so many other countries in the region, Poland, Moldova. I mean, the idea that this won't spill over in the next couple of years, I think is really wishful thinking, because you've got so many different military assets in so many different places doing so many things. Imagine if this hadn't been an unmanned drone, but an actual fighter plane with an American inside. We would have even higher stakes right now. I'm grateful that it was only a drone. We can't trust the Russians on anything. They're not playing by the same rules. And I think, Secretary Austin's trying to do the right thing. He's trying to show leadership. He's trying to show the right way to behave on the global stage. But Putin doesn't play by those rules. So we've got to continue to monitor him. We've got to keep him in check, and we've got to prepare for the unexpected. And this is what could happen on any given day, not just over the seas, but anywhere across the region of Europe.
Right. And it's critically important to have the video to prove it. We know Russia has been a proponent of propaganda since the war started. This is evidence that they're just not telling the truth, right? People can see for their own eyes. Paul, I want to get your reaction to this Russian spy network dismantled in Poland. Essentially, they were trying to stop the supply of ammunition heading into Ukraine. What do you make of this and the arrest of some of these for sabotage?
I think similarly, Marnie, this shows how expansive this war is. It's not just a ground war in the eastern parts of Ukraine. It's also an intelligence war that's happening in Poland, across NATO, and around the globe. It's a cyber war. We know that in the past, Russian assets have attacked American assets using cyber attacks. We know they've tried to infiltrate and disrupt our elections. That's for us. Now, it's absolutely happening in places like Poland and in adjacent borders. So I think it shows you what modern warfare looks like. It's not just tanks and planes. It's spies, it's drones, it's this cutting edge of warfare that all sides are using, and it shows no sign of stopping. I continue to tell people to prepare for not just days and weeks of war, but this could be months and even years. And this is what war looks like in 2023. This is modern warfare in all its glory and all its scariness.
And because of social media, people are seeing it thousands of miles away, right? I mean, you're seeing what it looks like on the battlefield in places like BACHMAN. You brought up Poland. They may send fighter jets. It's sounding more and more likely in the coming weeks. Will that be enough to persuade the U.S. to do the same?
I don't know. I don't think so, Marnie. I think Poland's got an immediate threat on their border. If we were Poland, how would we react? I don't think we would want to wait for an ally that was on the other side of an ocean to try to step up. I think Poland's got their own interests that they've got to account for, and they may even need to move independently from NATO. I've said that in the past. If there's a missile that goes over into their area, if some of their civilians get killed, they're going to have to operate independently. They're going to try to move NATO as quickly as possible. But sometimes NATO doesn't move fast enough. So I think Poland's got this kind of an issue. We're hearing about Russian tampering in Moldova. They're not a NATO ally, but that's another place to watch in the days to come. And it's a very complicated and dynamic environment. And everyone doesn't always have to work together. I think we've been able to cobble together with U.S. leadership a tremendous alliance. But if this overflows, that could change pretty quickly.
Right. And if a Polish fighter jet gets struck down by Russian forces, that may beg a much bigger question. The bloody battle in Bakhmut, you and I have talked about it a lot, still rages on. There have been losses on both sides. Why is there so much focus, though, on this particular battle when there's such little strategic military value to this town?
I think because it's been so tough, Marnie. I think we're testing both militaries here. It's a testing zone. It's the most brutal kind of fighting we've seen since World War II. It almost harkens back to World War I. Trench fighting, so close, brutal, bloody, high casualties, almost hand-to-hand combat at times. So I think this is really a defining point in the war. The Ukrainians have said they're going to hold this not just because of its landscape, but because of its moral value, its strategic value, and they want to use it as a way to show they can push back the Russians. We talked a lot about a Russian offensive offensive. It doesn't look like the Russian offensive has really happened on the scale that we were concerned about. And it also hasn't gained the ground that Putin wanted it to. So this is a point where Zelensky and the Ukrainians can show how tough they are. And they're trying to hold the line also, Marnie, while those U.S. resources come. They're waiting for Patriot missiles. They're waiting for Abrams tanks. They're waiting for Germans and French to send tanks and other assets. So they're holding this point while that supply chain and those logistics try to catch up with the battlefield.
Real quickly, and I don't want to rush you on this one, Paul, so it's my fault I didn't save enough time for this, but March 20th marks 20 years since the start of Operation Iraqi Freedom, the Iraq War. You were there for that. What are your feelings reflecting back on this moment in history?
It's hard to believe it's 20 years. 20 years ago, my platoon, my infantry unit, was involved in this war and so many others. I think it's important for folks to remember that the war may be over in Iraq, but it's not over here at home. Our veterans are still facing unemployment, suicide rates, toxin exposures that happen due to their service in Iraq. So even though we've turned the page on that component overseas, I think we've got to focus on the veterans here at home, who are also a generation of inspiring leaders. They were forged by those experiences, and no matter how you felt about that war, we can all stand behind our veterans, and they're ready to lead for America in this really important time and for decades to come.
Stand by them and do not forget. Host of the Independent Americans podcast, Paul Rieckhoff, and a friend of our program. Paul, thank you for that.
Thank you, Marnie.